I couldn't find a place for the check or a mama to console and pay his respects. Luke fought brave and true, but no one would know. Just a box for a hole. These hills reap what they sow. These hills reap what they sow. These hills reap what they sow.
Oh, goodness.
We're live and we're all waving
Hello.
at you. My mic gets muted after we go unmuted after we go live because I don't have so people don't hear me say that we're live.
Oh, we're live. Did you hear?
Yeah, I don't know if you. What's up, nerds?
But live.
We're
Yo.
fucking back. Second last episode. Let's go. Playing some old Gods of Appalachia. You know, semi-finale.
The penultimate episode.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but
Mhm.
you know, I'm just here and a little bit queer and playing some games, but I'm not running the show. Just the tech. That goes to Jams. So Jammy, you get to start with our our intros today, and you know all that other good stuff. So let's get to it.
Well, hi, I'm Jamie, or Jeremy. I'm the dang old storyteller. He, him pronouns. And I'm going to be taking us through this Old Gods Appalachia gameplay here. My question for y'all today, I don't think I've asked this before. I've asked some similar stuff, but I'm trying to make similar questions that are like in the same realm. If you were stranded in the mountains, you could only have like one or two, maybe just one. Pick primarily one, but you can have an alternate answer of what would you want to have with you, like a lighter, a pocket knife, a phone. I guess maybe could be an option, but that's kind of lame. So
You're
maybe
stuck in
don't.
Just one thing?
One thing.
Just one. I mean, you could have maybe you have your clothes on your back, but my cat is going crazy.
Just like we got off that Appalachian Trail, like and we lost.
Okay.
You're lost, but you brought one thing with you. What is it?
Okay. Well, Lily,
Oh, I
you're
guess
up
I'm
first.
supposed to answer because
Yeah.
I'm first.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Literally was just
Having a moment.
yeah, she's like, I'm just like, oh, okay, let me think about that. Wait, I'm supposed to go. Hi, I'm Lily. I go by Elise on Life in some places. I'm the scribe in Twitch chat, though, if I do show up. And I am playing Maris, who uses she, they pronouns. I also use she, they pronouns. And Maris is the resident witch in our group. So I guess if Lily were stranded in the mountains and could only have one thing, I feel like she would want a water filter.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the like straw ones that you just
Yeah, like where you can like insert it into any like receptacle holding water and it will filter the water.
I imagine we're all getting stuck in the forest together with this question, and it's like, what is the one item that each of us has to survive as a group?
Yeah, I mean, I really would hope that I would be with other people because just one item, I mean, yes, water is life, but probably could also use some other things too.
Hi everyone, I'm Marlo. She, they pronouns. I'm playing Lily tonight. She, her pronouns. I personally myself would bring some sort of multi-tool, hopefully with like a fire starter attachment on it of some kind and a knife. But that's cheating. It's one item, right? One service item. So probably
a multi-tool counts. I mean, that could be fine.
But if Willie was going to bring something, Willie would bring nothing useful and probably just a big jug of moonshine.
Fair.
Go a long way on a big jug of moonshine.
Can
Yeah.
endure so much.
Oh yeah.
Well, hello everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, your plug's done, Marlo.
Oh, I'm done. Yeah.
All right, cool. Hi everybody, my name's John. It's just John. You can find me on Twitter there, where I'm not really usually, but I'm also more active on Blue Sky. Tonight I'll be playing Wyatt McAllister, the kind of rugged mountain man who's really just a soft boy. As far as the one thing I would bring with me, so I would bring a fire starting kit, because Appalachian Mountains, you can find other things like life and stuff like that, but you're gonna need some type of heat source, or at least some way to keep yourself dry. So a fire starting kit is probably like the second most important thing that you can bring with you. That's also Wyatt's answer, because he knows like you can eat off the mountain, but you can't just start a fire with nothing.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, if you're
Discovered it
resourceful.
somehow, but
Yeah. Lightning strike.
Right.
It's from that person that probably exists, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, hi, it's me. I'm Rendis. Yes. David Bowie, sure. We'll go with that.
David Bowie doesn't exist.
David Bowie doesn't exist. I'm Rendis of Party Wipe Games. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Party Wipe Games. She, her pronouns. I will be playing Jolene Higgins, who also uses she, her pronouns. If she got lost in the Appalachias, I imagine what she would honestly bring, because I have my funny answer and then I have the realistic answer, and the realistic answer is what I'm going to choose. She would take Blue, because apparently Wyatt forgot his dog, and so she's going to capitalize on that and take the dog so she doesn't die.
Blue is included, all right? Me and Blue
Package
are
deal.
package deal. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, she's still taking Blue.
That's
You're
fair.
allowed to follow.
All right.
That counts as 2. That's not allowed.
See,
I said he could follow. I didn't say I was taking him.
what would you take, Rendis, getting lost in the mountains? What would you want?
What would I take? I don't know. I'd be dead. I don't go out into the woods.
Take my last will and testament.
Yeah, I'm sure I would be doomed. No, the joke answer was Jolene would take Colette, because seen that woman, she's dangerous.
Colette's gonna find a way.
Exactly.
Fuck them woods.
Just 2 gals out lost in the woods. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Nope. Cool. I'm eating a piece of cheese. Hi everyone, my name is Val.
Oh, jeez.
This is my channel, and today I use any and all pronouns. Though, I've been in a she/her kind of mood lately, just because I don't feel very feminine, so I'm gonna make myself feel feminine. So make me feel like a girl, please. So, as far as what I would take into the woods, like, I do want to take 2 items, and I'll just give one to Rendis, okay? Rendis, you can have the compass. Like, okay, I'm taking a gun. What? It is you know how many serial killers are just hiding in Appalachia?
That's why I said I was doomed.
Off the grid. Not only that, like,
shit, they're
how
onto
do
me.
y'all expect to get squirrels and deer to eat if we got the multi-tool to skin them. That's not an issue, okay? But, like, you gotta eat something.
Rocks, sharp twigs.
Oh
I'm
my
just coming up with a
God.
solution. All right,
Both of those are delicious.
I mean, I thought you were going to say like plants or insects. Those seem more viable than rocks and twigs.
Yeah, like,
Well,
listen.
I'm saying for for killing them. You know what?
But it's a lot easier to kill something with a gun. That's why it was invented.
I would have time to break down how that may not necessarily be true.
Listen, I grew up in the forest. I didn't grow up in Appalachia. I grew up in the swamps. And I didn't. And now, as I live in the Pacific Northwest, I'm not going in the woods without a gun. I'm telling you right now. There's bears in those mountains.
So if I'm with y'all and I'm sorry, did you?
I'm
Are you
done.
done?
I'm sorry. Just
If I'm with y'all and y'all have all of those things, then I would bring a compass.
I gave the
That
compass
way.
to Rendus.
Yeah. So what are you bringing?
Second
Besides
one in
other-
case I
2
lose it.
compasses, yeah.
Just point them at each other and watch the
Did you say
wheels spin.
compass too? I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I said 2
She
things.
gave me a
And I
compass
gave her a
because I'm
compass.
incompetent.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll bring a map so that we can use the compass. Like figure
No.
out where we are.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I think I think all those are really good answers. The dog maybe not because like when I was a kid, my dog would get me lost sometimes. I would follow it out into the woods, but it would get me home. I would follow it home,
Mhm.
but sometimes I'd have to wait around until my dog got bored, and I'd be like sitting in the forest, just like Frazier. Can we please go home? My dog's name was Frazier. And I'll be like, Frazier, can we please go home? And eventually he would like just saunter back home, and I would follow him.
Put
I
their
remember
sticks over
getting-
this way.
I remember getting lost in the woods and just having no idea where I was because I followed my dog deep into the woods. Yeah. So.
Well, everyone, with that said, got a couple things to remind you. One, this is a viewer-affected game, so you can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations, which I would appreciate because I'm using this money to get a computer desk so that I continue to produce stuff out of my new apartment that I'm moving into next month. But I need a new desk because this one is falling apart to the point where I don't think it's going to make the trip. And it's too big. So every 100 biddies gives us rerolls or experience points in this game. If you subscribe to the channel, you can give us player intrusions, which are pretty powerful. I use it to jump out of a exploding fiery truck last time. So pretty good stuff. And of course, if you just donate money, you can give us kind of like a little idea. Just a little, you can give us maybe a compass. Or more guns. I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Give Jamie some stuff so that he can fuck with us. Like,
Jamie can already fuck with us. Like
but
doesn't-
more.
More. We need more.
I just need encouragement. That's all.
Yeah. I also want to remind everybody that this is technically a horror game, and this is also a game that is chronologically taking place in the real world of 1930s Tennessee. And there could be some social things that come up, some horrible things that come up. And I want everyone to know that we have our safety tools here in our Zoom chat to take care of each other and to watch out for each other. But I also want you as the audience to watch out for yourselves if there is something here that just gets a little too much. Please take a step back and come back when you are feeling a little bit better. But we are in control, and we are of these stories that we're telling, and we're taking care of ourselves. So please take care of yourselves. With that, since we're running a little late because I had to make a snack before we started, let's go ahead and get started with playing the game. So Jams, go ahead.
Muted.
Yeah, you're also muted.
There you go.
Game. So last time we were, well, first of all, we're in Baker's Gap at the edge of the reservoir on the north side of town, where a lot has just happened. Kind of calm after the storm, even though there is still a storm raging above. And in the rain, we find our 5 heroes.
It's some heroic bullshit, I think.
Y'all are pretty heroic.
People.
Yes. And some of them, they're all covered in mud, and some of them are soaking wet, and some of them are hurt, but they're all alive after seeing some harrowing things. discovering some secrets about this town. Maybe not necessarily secrets, but some definitely shed some light onto what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone care to expand on that a little bit?
Jolene almost died.
Yeah, but you also show the Eldrick City underneath the inside the reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
All them
Right.
buildings were there.
Did the truck already explode that landed on the guy? Like, did that happen last session?
I think we were waiting to see it
I think we
now.
just left off with it being launched.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's launched into the air. I jumped out into the water. I'm on the shore, and it's like, yeah. So I decided the best thing to deal with the stuff that's going on in the reservoir is to blast fish it with the truck. So
We
Correct.
kind of resolved that.
Yeah.
The truck sank with the man, the fisherman, and sank to the bottom and then exploded. But
Right. Okay.
you're
All
not
right.
sure,
The results.
extent of
Yeah.
Right.
So we're
You know that he's almost certainly, or at least that body is certainly destroyed.
Mhm.
But, there's only, even with magic, there's only so much that can withstand dynamite.
Magic must defeat magic.
homemade
Right.
dynamite in glass Coca-Cola bottles.
Dynamite. So Wyatt's gonna look out. Yeah, well, Wyatt's gonna look out on the reservoir. Are there like fish or anything bubbling up?
There is like debris from like the car and what looks like maybe one of these buildings that was seen at the bottom of the lake. It's like old, looks like old, like rotting wood, and like there are some fish, although they this lake is like the fish here are like tainted, so you can kind of tell that there aren't as many as there should be
Right.
because of like the unnatural things happening.
Wyatt's just gonna like stand there and he's gonna look over at Colette and just go, I'm sorry about what I said, but if the Lord gives you the ability to do crazy shit like that, uh it's good in my book, and I apologize if I offended you in any way.
Colette is just like lying on the bank, like with her arms spread out, and she like tilts her head and looks at you, and it's like, thanks, but maybe we should wait to talk about this later.
You're right. And then Wyatt lays down beside her in the fucking bank and just, oh, his back is all of a sudden like, oh, that stiffness.
I don't even know if that worked, but that was awesome. Like, how quiet or how noisy is the forest and the surrounding area in the aftermath of like what's happened? Like, what do we hear?
I mean, you mostly hear the sound of rain hitting the lake.
Yeah.
Like you're in the middle of a rainstorm. But you can hear, occasionally hear some birds and such. But
Okay. Some
there's-
frogs.
Oh, certainly, yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Just,
That's probably more accurate. Yeah,
Mhm.
you hear the frogs going ham.
Trying to get some girls.
Read.
I mean, that's oddly a good sign to hear like animal noises in
Do we hear any sirens? Like,
Not at the moment.
not at the moment. All right.
All right, what happened to Ghost Kid? Did he disappear?
Yeah, I kind of dispelled him.
Okay.
Willie, from being knelt in the mud, and be trying to be dragged down by ghost children, stands up and turns around and looks at everybody and says, "Well, that ghost thing, whatever that goose thing, whatever it is, looks like it's been promising these kids mommies and daddies."
Ew.
That's gross. Wait.
Where-
Is that it? Is that it?
That's
Did
what they said.
Are they around us by any chance? I have no clue how to even like look for that.
You're this. They seem to have retreated after the whole encounter you guys had last week. There was, there was kind of an altercation between these ghost children, and Maris and Willie on the shoreline, while y'all were gunning down the siren goose monster. And
Is Willie's hand still fucked up? Like-
they're certainly not in like tip top shape.
Like, do they still have like that like weird like frostbite? Like, you
Yeah,
know?
they look almost like they have like not necessarily frostbite, but now they've kind of like turned red. It looks like almost like a sunburn, or like a, I don't know if it's, I guess, a third degree.
Oh, Willie, what's wrong with your hands? Like, are you okay? What happened?
Turns out, when ghost children throw tantrums, they try to freeze your goddamn hands off rather than swinging at you.
Has Daryl ever done this to you? Or?
No, no.
I don't understand this whole ghost thing, to be honest with you.
That baby held my hands until he got mad at me. And then when he got mad at me, he started trying to freeze my fingers off or something.
But
Hey, sorry to interrupt y'all, but where's Jolene? I'm still lying on the ground.
Yep.
I don't mean to interrupt y'all with y'all hand stuff. And that's scary, but can we at least make sure we're all accounted for? Like, I see Mary's sheet over there. I just don't know where Jolene's at.
She washed up on another bank too. Somewhere very far from here.
Did
Or
she?
not far,
Oh,
but
no.
not far, but she didn't resurface near you guys.
I start looking around. Do I
not a
see
huge-
Julie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a huge
Okay.
area.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was established last week that she didn't end up on the same bank as you guys, but she had swam in the opposite direction, so the truck didn't hit her, or not the opposite direction, but in a different direction to
yeah.
avoid the.
Right, out of the way.
Yeah, she didn't go to the Prometheus school of running away from things.
uh, Ghost children. There's this thing, whatever the hell that swan thing was. Yes, we're still here.
Look at you. You survived the biggest hate you've ever seen.
Well, I didn't do it alone. Obviously, we have ourselves a nice little group of go-getters. I mean,
Mhm.
well, you got 2 crack shots, a woman that can beat the hell out of anybody. We've got some type of magical power out of Maris, which quick thinking on that anti-curse thing. And we got Willie, who can tell a ghost to chill out, I guess.
I'm just Willie.
You're not just Willie. You're a very vital, important part of this team as well. It's not all of us can talk to the police folk and not get arrested. So
Oh, it's real easy. Me and my, who I am. I just cry and it works every time.
does it really work every time?
I'm a white woman, of course it does.
No, I guess that makes sense.
That's the white woman lore. Like, they got certain powers. Taming pit bulls and
Her name Princess. What's Blue doing right now? Jamie, is he kind of like sniffing around at the lake or?
Yeah, he's still like his hackles are still raised. He's still on edge. Like he hasn't calmed down all the way.
I go to him.
He's like trying to like he doesn't want to get in the water, but like he's like he knows there's something in there. He's like mad about it.
Do you see something, boy? Is there something in there? Is there's somebody still in there? Like, does that mean fish feller dead or alive or? You're a dog. Why am I asking you so many questions? That's right, Blue. Only you understand me.
for a 35 donation, Blue will talk.
How well is debatable.
Ruh-roh, Riot.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if dogs had the ability to talk, I think people would realize like how much of a blessing it is they can't.
The thing over there.
Girl.
Fuck it. Thanks for the big red button. So I'm gonna grab a stick and just kind of like jab in the water to see if I like poke anything. Like grab like a limb. Yeah. Let's grab a limb off the key tree. Just snap it off real quick and then stab into the water where things are.
I mean, there's nothing there in the shallows, but you can see like you know, you can see these things like surfacing on the deeper in the water, like just like the tails of these fish creatures, these water horses.
I'm just gonna like tap the surface to see if they get closer.
Yeah, you could try to draw them in. Like, they get pretty close, but they don't come into the shallows, like where they can't swim. But you can see them like pretty plain. Like they're kind of like almost.
It's like 3 or 4. Or is it like a?
It's hard to tell because they have strange bodies. It's like you can see they're like silhouettes, but only because of these like faintly bioluminescent, like orange little beady eyes that cover their bodies. Because it's raining. I mean, it's dark. You know, it's hard to see anything.
But yet their eyes are still lighting up the murky water.
That's one of them things that attacked us the other day, right in the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all seen one since then?
Sorry, I shouldn't. I'm not there. I'm gone.
God's not here.
Not here.
No gods, no kings.
This is also the thing that like we caught on the property, right? Like where we set up that.
Yeah, and also Jolene was attacked by one when she got dropped in the lake.
Right.
She's probably crawling back at this point too.
Daryl showed up right before most of that went down just now, and he pointed me in that direction. It's like, I think he said it was a peninsula or something like that was into the reservoir.
Yeah, there's a peninsula that the locals you've heard referred to as Death Island, even though it's like that's like what the kids call it. You know, it's not really an island; it's like a peninsula that sticks out into the middle of the lake somewhat.
That right there, peninsular. That Daryl was over there, and usually, if he shows up, he's trying to tell me something. So maybe we ought to go check it out too.
Yeah, I reckon. Does anyone else have any opinions on that? Maris, do you feel anything one way or the other?
I mean, I don't want to go over there, but obviously Obviously, it's probably needed. It's probably necessary. Can Maris feel anything else from this tree, like that connection that she had, like knowing um, when she was like cutting the lines of the tokens?
You no
Does
longer
she still have that?
you no longer feel the magic of this like spell that was connected to this tree, but you do see you see that all these little charms are in the mud, and you feel like you should maybe dispose of them, like burn them or cleanse them or something, because it feels like they're leaving them in the mud almost seems like they could be it seems like an unfinished business almost, but
Mhm.
that's the only feeling you get. You're not feeling like an actual, that's just kind of an intuition. It's not a sense of a magical pull or any kind of like auras or anything like that.
Okay. I mean, I think she's gonna pick up all of the charms and just, put them in our pocket. Um, and do we all even feel ready to fight these things? Because if we go out there, I'm sure we're not gonna be facing nothing.
I'll look over at Colette and Jolene.
Well, shoot. Uh, I
Tonight?
maybe I ain't gonna say that I'm not ready to fight them, but maybe like take 5 or something.
Have y'all used any of your uh, recovery rolls?
So
No, but
that's what
I
I was
haven't.
about to say. Like maybe we could take a rest and like recuperate before we head out there.
I almost drowned, and I'm pretty sure I saw something akin to what they describe as heaven under the water, but it was kind of more of a wake and nightmare kind of heaven. So the opposite of it. What's that called?
Atlantis.
There you go. That's the one. Atlanta.
I mean,
That
it's
was
under
good.
the water, so we found
that's
it.
that's the one.
It,
Atlanta.
it was in Tennessee the whole time.
What you mean, Jolene? What's down
there,
there?
there was a whole village down there.
Like
Huh.
people?
I hope not, honestly.
You,
But it was ruined houses and stuff, like they had just flooded the place.
you don't reckon that's where the houses are going, right? Like the houses that are disappearing, somehow they're getting in the reservoir.
Those houses were just replaced by puddles, right, Jamie?
Yes, there was a puddle where it was only one house so far, but there was a
Mm.
puddle where the deputy's house was.
Well, truth be told, it does kind of match what we saw in town, so ain't no reason to
So
think otherwise.
so this creature is taking these houses into this underwater village and also trying to steal parents for these children. It feels like they're creating like a town, a civilization. It's all who even
Underneath
knows
the
what.
reservoir. What if it's a pocket dimension in the water?
Yeah,
That
I'm
would
still trying to get my head around the whole Mother Goose thing with the ghost babies.
Oh, she was a mother goose, wasn't she?
Yeah, first thought was a stork, but she had more goose-like features.
That noise that she made. Oh my goodness.
the anger she had.
The anger, the pure, unadulterated anger.
I've never seen my mama angry before, but I've kind of seen Willie angry, and I think that's pretty close.
Getting angry at your kids. I don't know what you're doing, sweetie.
Uh, married to the Lord, ain't got no children.
So,
I suppose
since
that's
you guys
true.
have been sitting on the shore for how long? Maybe 10 minutes.
Something like that, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do that.
So, your first recovery roll of the day is one action. It only takes a few seconds to do that. So the first one is one action. The second one is 10 minutes. So we can say you did 2 if you want, or you can
Okay.
do 1 and then save the second one for later if you don't need it.
Okay.
What's the third one?
The third one is an hour long,
Okay.
and then you then after that it's you rest for 10 hours and you get a fourth one, and then they reset as well.
Okay.
And
And
Jolene
this-
definitely needs to because she's banged up in might and
So,
Mhm.
each one is a d6 roll plus your tier. You guys are tier 1, so it'd be d6 plus 1, and for that you can divide that amongst your missing pool points from your 3 pools as you want. Like
Gotcha.
you can distribute them however you like.
So we have 2d6 that we can roll, plus our
Yes.
tier, so 2d6 plus 2.
Yeah, if you were to roll it all as one roll, yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
2d6 plus
Just
2.
gonna do that to make it easier on
All right.
myself.
I got a 5 and a 2, so I'm divvying up 9 points.
It's actually did not take any damage on that. So
Fuck.
Oh, perfect. That was exactly
Just
what I needed.
emotional damage.
Cut a
Yeah,
little
a lot
bit.
of-
well, Wyatt lives in emotional damage. um. So is this still like kind of like midday or like right before dusk?
Oh, it was the middle of the night.
Was it the middle of the night? Was it the middle of the night?
That was my
No,
assessment. Yeah.
no. It's it is. I am keeping track of the time of day. It is it is in the afternoon, late afternoon
Cool.
at this point.
Okay. Um.
I apologize. I do need some water. My throat's getting all scratchy.
Get you some water.
Yeah.
Who? Listen, I don't. Maybe because I can't. I haven't been awake enough to mask, but I'm just talking normal today. No masking that little Creole in me. She's just here. Some water.
Water. Get you some water.
Get some water.
Get some water. So you
I'm
can
at
wash your.
I'm at we don't do wash, we say wash. We don't add that extra or because that extra, which is interesting linguistically because a lot of Appalachian accents are derivative from like Scottish accents, like OG Scottish accents, so it makes sense that there would be like a little bit of extra R's in some of those English words, whereas because I'm derived from Francophone, I have less consonants.
Yeah, you have more vowels.
Yeah.
So
like, yeah, just like kind of thing.
it's weird because like the closest you can get to like old English is in the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah,
Like it's weird.
which is
like,
interesting because which makes people from the South the best option for Shakespeare plays because the accents are physically the closest accents that exist today to do old plays in Old English.
Yeah, it's there's wherefore art thou and where the fuck are you?
Where the fuck are you going? The fuck is that?
Look, I've seen Romeo and Juliet multiple times, both in real life and as a play. It works better in a trailer park.
But listen, honestly, the modern Romeo and Juliet go with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes goes so fucking hard. It's honestly like we're here. We're just gonna be a tangent on our things that we love. But it's actually my favorite version of Romeo and Juliet, not because I was a teen when I watched it and it was more interesting. It is actually like the most accurate version of Romeo and Juliet I've ever watched on screen.
It also it's like one of those like trinity of like late 90s bisexual awakening films.
Yep, for sure. It is. That is definitely between that,
like
the
that,
Mummy.
Mummy.
Yep. What is also part of your bisexual trinity?
So for me, this is gonna be a weird list.
Okay.
For me, it's Romeo plus Juliet.
Yeah.
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
And it was technically a double feature, but it's the Tales from the Crypt, like Bordello Blood and Demon Knight.
Yo,
Oh.
okay.
That was
Because
your
I
What did I
was
come back to?
bisexual awakening movies because we were talking about Romeo and Juliet.
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely the Mummy for sure. But wow, way to bring those memories flooding
Yeah.
back with Bordello of Blood.
hmm It's the only time I found Dennis Miller like tolerable.
Got to add Zorro to the list.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
you know what?
God, yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones and Antonio Banderas in like one movie is just
It's too
pure
hot. I can't deal
too
with
hot.
it. It's too hot.
Better Joe.
Catherine
Sorry.
Zeta-Jones.
Anyway.
Bees beneath lasers.
Well, okay. So James is back. Everybody's getting hydrated. I'm up to full, by the way. I didn't have too much. Here's the thing. I might have forgot to save last time, but I rolled an 11, so I don't think I was less than 11 in my pools to begin with. So I'm good. So I'm back up to full.
Hey, so I do not actually need a recovery roll, but I was wondering if I could do something while everyone else is recovering that I'm not quite sure how long it takes. But I guess first I would ask in this reservoir area, are there, aside from this tree, are there like other like plants or trees or anything like that around?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you're near the, um, I guess, tree line,
Hmm.
and the shore itself is littered with like cattails. I mean, it's December, right? So like the plant life is a little more. It's mostly just the evergreens that are still alive right now. But you can
Okay.
see the remnants of like all of like the fallen leaves and the dried up cattails and things like that. In
I want to use one of my special abilities at this point that is called create deadly poison.
okay, cool. That sounds metal. Let's see what that's about.
So I think like Maris takes out like a little vial that she has, like maybe a couple of them. And it's you can create one dose of a level 2 herbal poison that inflicts 5 point of damage. It can be applied to a weapon, food, or drink as part of the action of creating it. In addition to the normal options for using effort, you can choose to use effort to increase the level of the poison. Each level of effort used in this way increases the poison level by 1. If it's unused, it loses its potency after 1 hour.
Okay. So yeah, do you
So
want to leave it at level 2 or do you want to increase the potency?
I I think I'm gonna take the chance and increase the level.
Well, so you could do that and then roll your first recovery roll and get some of those points back too.
Okay.
So it costs 6 points to make it. You don't have to do a roll to make the poison.
Right.
Um,
From intellect. Okay.
yeah. Just make sure you use it within an hour. It says.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Um. Yeah.
That's great.
So I,
Do you do
so
this in the out in the open, or are you kind of discreet? I'm just wondering.
no, she's. I mean, I wouldn't like. She's just doing it. I don't think she's really being super discreet. Like everybody here already knows her secret at this point.
I was gonna
Um.
ask, like, could Wyatt like watch her doing this and make like a foraging check to see if he recognizes she's making poison?
I mean,
If
James.
Lily's cool with it, I'm cool. Like,
Yeah, I'm totally. She's not trying to hide it, no, because she's just kind of looking, going around, looking and like choosing something,
I mean, you're
and
familiar with
then
the plant life here, Wyatt. You
mhm.
know, you probably can see she's not picking flowers.
yeah, I'm like, uh, I look at Maris and I'm like, who are you making that for?
Just in case, you never know, especially with what we're up against. Conventional weapons might not work.
I love you, Maris. You're always thinking outside the box and thinking 2 steps ahead. I'd say. Whew. I
Well,
look at
I don't have Colette's gun, so you know.
that's true. I can I see the bottle that she's mixing this in? Like, is it like if I had to guess on the potency of this thing, would Wyatt know like how deadly
If
this
it
is?
was if we were doing a cartoon, it would like have like the green smoke that like resolves itself into like the skull and crossbones.
Love that.
Burns
It-
the nostrils.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, don't hold that too close to your
Whew.
face.
Well, Wyatt gets a little woozy for a second. Like, oh, whoever the poor unfortunate bastard that gets hit with this, they probably not gonna get up until the Lord comes back. Woo!
Well, we got an hour to use it. So,
Well, then I guess we're
y'all
going to the.
ready?
Yeah, I am. Come on, Blue.
Who are we poisoning?
Well, we don't know quite yet.
Okay.
But hopefully it'll be the bad guy.
Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
What was that, Willie?
Willie got like a psychic premonition. 50 years from now.
What the hell is Cusco? So, like, are we gonna have to like walk around this reservoir to get to the point where we can get to the peninsula, or is it close by?
Close by. It's not too far.
Okay.
I mean, this whole thing is only maybe a 30-minute walk at most around this reservoir.
All right. Cool. So we don't have to worry about the poison going to shit early.
You walk over?
Yeah. As we're walking by, just in case like we get like weird like magic stuff happening to us, Wyatt's gonna
Just
take
in
like
case.
just in case.
That'd
Wyatt's
be weird.
Yeah. Wyatt's gonna like he did on the other side of the shore. He's gonna start like tying up like parts of like trees and branches and whatnot with a rag that he has as kind of like a landmark, just in case like some mind fuckery goes on. He can have like some uh frame point point of reference to
Okay, what did you tie around it?
like a couple of like Wyatt would have like some rags like in his pack
Sure.
that he uses specifically just to like make sure he doesn't get lost or at least knows where he came.
Yeah.
So like I'd say every like couple 100 feet, Wyatt ties off another part as we
Okay.
get closer to this peninsula.
Yeah, I'd say you're only a couple 100 feet away at most, so you don't have to use but maybe one or two.
Okay.
You get over, and it is more densely wooded on this peninsula. It seems like nobody's bothered to like take the time to like to log this area.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all go ahead and make me some checks to see what you find there. I believe some of y'all are trained in like, what are y'all trained in? Give me some refreshers.
I'm trained in foraging, so I was gonna like kind of just look around this island, see if there's any plants that ought not be here. Maybe not magical, but definitely like natural.
You're looking for more
stuff.
signs of this like unnatural infestation.
Yeah.
I have sensing danger and understanding magic.
Okay, so that's what I was looking for. Those are both relevant here.
Okay.
I'm super helpful. I have mining and leveraging risk. I can pronunciate today too.
That might come in handy soon.
Mm-hmm.
I have identifying plants and creatures and wilderness navigation.
Ooh, okay.
So for
So yeah,
this, um, why don't Lily? Why don't you make a roll for detecting anything uncanny, and then Wyatt, you can make a roll for finding these, seeing if there's anything infested here,
hmm
and if you do find something off, then Maris can identify what's going on.
sounds
Seems
perfect.
like
That's what I was going to suggest. So
I rolled an 18. So.
nice.
Nice.
that's great.
Oh my fucking god! I rolled an 18.
Nice. Good job.
Very cool.
I rolled a
Let's
19.
go.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, man, one off. We could have had 3 18s.
I think we'd have to just call it the stream at that point. So yeah, like I'm just like kind of like as we get closer, I'm just like looking at the plant life around here. Is there anything that like doesn't naturally grow around here that may be leeching off the land, sort of, or at least something that looks like it's leeching off the land?
Like that, but you do notice that there are lots of what look like almost like game trails here. Um, but why there wouldn't be game trails like this close to the town. That wouldn't make sense
Right.
really, because they're like this is like you know a high traffic area. Not
And
necessarily
it's like
super high traffic, but like it's close enough to the town where there wouldn't be like deer coming through here enough to make trails.
right. Does it look like it's been walked by mostly human-shaped people, or
It's hard to tell.
okay, it is raining, so
Um, Maris, you feel something off, but there are no necessarily no plants to like inspect, but you feel that there is something strange about this part of the shore. There's it seems off putting, and you can't put your finger on it. Willie, when you're looking around, you don't see uh, any signs of your ghostly late husband, but you see something in the corner of your eye. It looks like something like running. And then you kind of focus in on it, and you can see all of you can kind of see some of these very faint images, almost and they're almost like still images, not like what you would expect for like a ghost or an apparition or something. It's almost like a photo, like a flash one frame of an image of these children running around playing ball on this peninsula.
Like a
And
projection.
you do recognize one of the children as the child that grabbed your hands, Willie. They're not really noticing you now. They're very preoccupied with their game, and it's hard to see them all. Like you can't when you focus on one, the others kind of fade into the background. It's very it almost gives you a headache trying to take it all in. And this is obvious to all of you now. Like this is not something that requires some kind of special sight to see. This place is very whatever is happening here is causing this to be almost at like the surface level of reality.
Y'all, y'all see that? Y'all see that, right?
Do we?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I can feel it.
What does it feel like? Are they?
Like it's just wrong. It's not what should be here. It's not our reality.
But we destroyed like the thing, right? Like we took all the things down and got rid of the fishermen. This should be over, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't. I there's there's still something that is we have to fix.
One of the kids comes into focus in front of you and asks, "It's like, y'all gonna play tag with us? We're about to start a game. Oh, Johnny's real fast. He's gonna be it first. So better watch out."
Uncle Johnny?
Old John.
Old Johnny.
Just-
Okay. Old Johnny
Little-
is 9 years old. He's
But he's been 9 for like 300 years. Like, how old? Like, judging by like how the kid's dressed, what he's wearing, like what decade would he look like? Like, does he look like he's from like a couple years ago, or does he look like he's from 1910s?
That was only a couple
Or
years
earlier.
ago.
Well, it was a couple of decades ago, and this kid's like
yeah.
still like 6 or 7. So,
Mhm.
like, I ask him like, how old are you?
9. You
Hmm.
got to be at least like what, 12?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm way older than 12.
I'm not.
Come play
How
tag.
how long have you been 9? Have you celebrated your? When have you? When
That's
do you
my-
celebrate your birthday?
on my birthday.
Right.
What
Hey, on my
what
birthday,
year?
About a present on my birthday. I'm sorry.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it in my notes. I don't
Plot
wanna give you
twist:
the
he's
wrong
a Jehovah's
information.
Witness. He does not celebrate birthday.
What year? Every year.
Mama says that people that celebrate birthdays are going to go straight to hell.
It's unbecoming.
Only celebrate the birth of bad people in the Bible and Jesus. Sorry.
Jesus is a little princess, and his birthday is the only birthday that matters. You know.
On the wrong day.
Right.
Look, Odin said it's fine. He's gotten too old for gifts, anyways.
Oda's like Slifnir's tired. We don't want
We got a fucking Ragnarok coming up. I need my nap. It's
I
fine.
need my nap. Nicholas, you can take over. Sorry. Hi everyone. The pagan traditions that became Christianity. Don't get me started. I mean, you can, but I won't stop. So.
Well, I'll stop you when I find what I'm looking for.
Okay, great.
So, anyways, Scotty.
Yeah. The which is funny because we just had Ragnarok in our other game that Jamie and I played. Ragnarok has like a thematic thing in most of my games. It's just always there.
I love the concept of Ragnarok because, like, when the god of like storytelling dies, that's it. That's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Like, it's over then.
There's been like some really fun. There's this guy that does a series on TikTok how he just believes that the Christian religion is just post-apocalyptic, post-Ragnarok
Yes.
Norse paganism. Yeah, and like Loki's been God the whole time.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it. Like I'm always into fucking with deep lore. Like I'm so into it. Um, it's just
It's
Loki fucking around. Yeah, yeah, it is. He was a shapeshifter, by the way. Ooh, ooh, quiz. Who told the first lie in the Bible? God.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say God did if you.
Yeah.
If you eat from the, he's like, if you eat from the tree of life, you'll die. And then the serpent was like, no, you won't. And they ate from.
God's like the parent who's like, you don't eat from those cookies because if you eat from those cookies, you'll die. And the serpent's like the older brother's like, no, you won't.
You're not.
Look,
And
you're
sure
just gonna
enough,
eat.
they didn't die for hundreds of years, according to the Lord. Like,
They ate from the they ate from the tree of life and discovered like
they were
guilt.
naked.
Something
Yeah.
is something is metaphorical. They
Mhm.
ended up having to die because blah 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 blah.
Yep. Something. So
Something had to circle back and keep what they said would end up happening. It's like, yeah, I didn't mean you would die right then.
During our post op, actually, you know what? Since it's like 6:15, let's just go ahead and take our break right now, so Jamie can find his stuff. Oh, did you get it? Okay, good. We'll go ahead and take our break right now, so Jamie can find what he needs, and we can do what we gotta do. So y'all aren't here just listening to us like fuck around.
This wonderful podcast.
It is.
Yeah.
It's good things.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes to get this done with. So we will see you soon. Bye.
Be back soon.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
everybody. How old is this child?
How old is this child? I'm only 9.5 years old, mister.
Okay, so but you asked him when his birthday was,
Mhm.
and he said that he was born in 1896, which was 34 years ago.
Hmm.
If my math is correct. I could be wrong. I'm not.
Yeah,
just a
30,
humble
yeah,
storyteller.
34 years ago. The math is good. The math is solid.
So,
And we're at the end of the year, so it makes sense. 34 years ago.
How many of your friends do you got here, buddy?
Oh, I'd say there's probably about 10 of us that meet out here every night. We play ball. I'm getting pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gosh, show me.
All right. Well, you gotta play tag, and then we'll play ball tomorrow because we already done playing ball tonight.
Oh come on, show me how far you can throw a ball.
All right.
What are you, a sissy?
He
Says the
tells
gay
you
man.
um to go long, like he wants you to catch it.
Yeah, sure. Wyatt's gonna play.
Okay.
Wyatt's gonna like run in a direction,
So you
looking over
need
his shoulder.
to make a check for me. A level 4 speed task. So you need a 12.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Colette is just like got her hand hovering over her piece, like she don't trust ghost children. Okay, like
I rolled a 16.
those ding dang ghost children.
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
Satan's work.
So you catch this like ghostly ball, and you kind of pantomime it because you don't actually feel anything. Like it just, and it, as soon as it touches your skin, it's gone. It's air. And he's like, "How was that, Mister?" And he has the ball in his hand. He's like he has it again already. It seems like he's not capable of understanding the situation he's in just by observing the way he's not upset or disturbed by any of the unnaturalness of any of this. Also, he thinks you're like a 12-year-old or something. He sees you
That's
as he may see you as a kid, is what you're starting to think. Maybe like an older kid, but a kid.
right.
Yep, because a 12-year-old definitely grows that beard.
Here you do. All right.
It's all that cornbread you
Ain't no
Exactly.
boy, he's a man's man.
You start working in the mine at 10.
Mhm.
Like when I caught the ball, that like it just felt like air. It didn't feel like any like weird like supernatural.
You didn't feel anything. You had to kind of pantomime this like action. Um,
Sorry, there's a poltergeist near me. uh,
dun, dun.
I like. Well, well, hell, son, you got an arm good enough. You'll play for the New York Yankees one of these days. You keep working at it. I lean over to like to the rest of the group, and I'm like, I don't think I think I don't think these kids are trying to hurt us. And
Oh,
I'm
but
I point
They
to Willie's
come-
hands.
they come back here every night. Is that what he said? You don't
you come
reckon
back
this
here.
is you don't reckon this is a spot where whatever happened to him, right?
I mean, you said you come here every night. I look towards the kid. What's your name?
Most nights,
Most nights?
yeah.
And it's the same group of 10 kids that come here.
I mean, sometimes some of the kids stay home. Sometimes, I can't remember. Why are you asking me all these weird questions, Mister?
What's your name? Do you know your name?
Um, Yeah, of course I know my name.
Okay. And what's your name? That way we're not strangers anymore. My name's Wyatt, and you are
I'm Emmett.
Why are you giving
Emmett.
this person your name?
Well, Emmett, is there anyone here that's keeping an eye on you kids?
No. He kind of snickers.
So you just out here living as free as you can, no mommies, no daddies, or anyone to stop you or anything?
What? No, we just come out here at night and then we go home. We play our games and then we go home.
Oh, well, where's home?
What do you mean? We live in Baker's Gap. It's right around here.
I,
Are you not from here?
I uh, not not originally, no.
What is your last name?
Hmm.
Do you know? Like your
It
family
says
name?
Carver.
Is this a name that we've heard like mentioned of any of the families that live in town?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um,
Maris.
one of the other kids yells over at Emmett and tells him, he says, "Come on, man, we're about to start another game." He's like, "Guys, if y'all ain't gonna play, I'm."
Ah!
Uh-uh.
Ah,
Oh
Uh-uh.
no, they got him.
Hanks got me. Okay,
Wyatt just starts blasting indiscriminately around.
sorry. He says, he says, if you guys ain't gonna play, then I'm gone. I'm gonna go play, and y'all come on whenever you're ready.
We don't want to go play with them, do we? Really?
I'm not gonna play with them. No, thank you.
I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure because it's still
Well,
quite weird.
we're a little too old to be playing tag. We're big kids. It's a little different.
That's dumb.
You know, yeah, you're right. But okay, well, I don't know
Bye.
what. Bye, bye. Did I just talk to a ghost kid?
We
Like,
should be
Yeah, we
looking
sure
for his
did.
phones and burning
Definitely a
them.
ghost kid. Yeah.
Welcome to my world, baby.
Yeah, but don't
okay.
you talk to your dead husband? Like, what's less pleasant? A dead old man, excuse me, as you like to say, a dead son of a bitch, or a dead child?
Oh well, I always seen ghosts here and there growing up, but I never really thought much of it. None of them stuck around. Not till what did we say his name was?
Daryl.
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 None ever stuck around until Daryl. But well, okay. So we gotta ask around in town or something about these kids, right? I mean, something had to happen here, and they weren't presenting like that. That kid that had my hand. Did I recognize that kid? Did I see that child that was holding my hands like that?
You saw him playing with all the other kids.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's one of them, but he wasn't acting all mad anymore. So maybe something had a hold of him. Maybe whatever Maris did released it. But we need to ask questions. What happened to these kids?
Ain't
Something's
this
tethering them to our
All
world.
right.
ain't that there peninsula called Death Island or some shit like that? Or
Wonder if
Dead
that's how it got its name. Maybe all these children died here.
maybe. Seems as if this entire place right here is hell, I don't know. I'm not really good with this whole magic thing.
They did some real bad. That's not good if just a bunch of children died because of some magic. That's somebody doing some bad stuff.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
been holding
adults
on to him
here.
for this long too.
Right. I mean, they're sticking around for a reason.
Something's tethering them to our world still. My lore says that we should find their bones and burn them, or if they're attached to any kind of object, to burn them. But knowing where those bones are or those objects are,
Are
and
we?
burning them in this rain is would be impossible.
It's true. Are we like on the peninsula, or are we like just right on the precipice of it right now?
You guys are on it.
Or on it? Wyatt
Or on the.
is.
I mean, if you unless you don't want to be and you've stayed.
Oh
back.
no, I was about to say if we're not, Wyatt's going to start walking out on the peninsula and kind of looking around to see if he can find anything. Which, if we're there already, Wyatt's going to spend some extra time to kind of look around and see if he can find like some weirdness. Not that he would understand any magical things, but things that may stick out from not nature, you know. Of course, if it's magic, I have an inability with it, so I wouldn't even know what to look for.
Do you say that you're looking for this?
Yeah, I would say Wyatt kind of like has that determined walk of like I'm going to go find something.
Mm-hmm.
If you interpret it that way, I wouldn't be opposed to that. So like, but Wyatt has that look of like he's going searching for something. And he's just kind of like,
Should probably take the witch with you.
yeah, if Maris wants to come with me.
I think yeah, Maris is just gonna follow.
You get closer to the water's edge, you see a bunch of these kids and they're grouped up, and they say, "Are the one that you talked to before?" He turns to you and says, "All right, you're gonna play with us."
I look at Maris and I'm like,
I mean, I guess so. We're here.
I love this. What's
So
the
how long do y'all hang out here playing? I mean, it's getting kind of late, right? Don't you need to go home? You don't have bedtime or anything like that?
Oh, we ain't worried about that.
What about supper and
Well, we done had our supper now. If you gonna play, put your foot in right here. And they do like an eeny, meeny thing or some kind of weird, like, old fashioned.
Probably racist.
Yeah, I was about to say probably has some
Yeah.
really like bad thing that it means. I'm not even gonna say it.
Oh, you had to say that because I was about to have Jolie just go join the kids. like she's like, oh, now it's super racist. I don't want anything to do with it.
Listen, ghosts are one thing and racism's another, but racist ghost children?
Yeah, I draw the line at racism.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
We got enough of those in the South. I don't need them up here in Appalachia.
Right? Just racist children cannot.
Wyatt puts his foot in the circle to.
Jolene puts her foot in the circle. I want to find out what's going on. I do.
Yeah, I mean,
Decide
Maris
I want to
does
know.
Colette does not put her foot in the circle. She does not fuck around with ghosts.
I got that foolhardy nature going. I can't help it.
I'm brash, but I don't like.
Right.
I don't. She's gonna be back with her guns, and she's gonna be waiting because somebody has got to watch your back, and it's gonna be the nun with the gun.
Need someone to do it because Jolene is just dumb sometimes.
Jolene is like, I'm gonna go push that button stick foot in
Mhm.
circle with racist ghost children.
And Wyatt's survival instincts like all the way down. Like
Mhm.
So, as you all, whoever is participating,
No.
you all stick your feet in, and they choose someone to be it. Um, y'all each of you roll me a check to see a couple. It'll be for a couple things. But just let me know what you roll on the d20.
I got a
Yep.
19.
17.
I got 15.
Great rolls. So with a 15, Maris, you're gonna be it. You rolled the lowest.
Of course.
And so they say you are it, and they like all the kids like disperse into the woods. These like phantom children, and you guys are kind of left standing there, and you can take.
No,
off
Wyatt
after-
runs to the woods too.
Oh yeah. Jolene, do
Thanks,
you take
Wyatt.
off or?
Jolene books it.
Wow.
We're all in. Let's go.
So
Last one in's a rotten egg.
I'm gonna be a
you
rotten
need to
egg.
try and tag somebody. So you need to.
Right.
You rolled a what was it?
A 15.
Okay, so do you go after one of the children or one of your companions?
One of the kids.
Okay, so you chase after this kid. We'll say it's the same kid for my
Mhm.
for simplicity's sake. And then you chase them through the forest for a moment. As you can see, like this wooded peninsula kind of connects to the tree line, and you as you catch him, you go to like tag him, and he goes like no, and you can like he gets really mad, but like you can tell he's excited, and then he's like, all right, I'm counting to 10, and he starts counting to 10 or whatever, and you turn to like go back or to maybe run, and since he's it now, and you see that for a brief second, like you get a striking vision of this place before it was like this, and you can see that this where this reservoir was a long time ago. You get a brief flash of all these old buildings above water before they were flooded. You can see that the architecture lends itself to that of a couple of decades ago, around the time you were born, and you come back to, and it's shocking. And when you do come back to, you see you don't see the kids anymore. You kind of see some of your friends, and you realize that it's fucking cold and wet, and you're in the rain in the middle of the woods
In
chasing
December.
ghost children, and like it kind of reality just kind of sinks in for a second, and you're just like you feel a little overwhelmed, but you make your way back to the rest of the group without any complications.
Okay.
Um,
Where do I see any of the other children?
Oh, there's some feedback coming from somebody. And now it's gone.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Ghost children.
Yeah.
The ghost children, they're in the street. we'll come back to that because I need a second to think. But
Mhm.
Wyatt, when you run off, you and Jolene, you both run off to avoid being tagged, and you kind of duck behind a tree, Wyatt, and when you do, you see some of these kids are also kind of, some of them are hiding, some of them are running, and you notice that they they're
These
tired.
kids, I
Go
was
ahead.
about to say, do these kids change when nobody's perceiving them? Or at least they think no one's perceiving them? Or do they
They
stay
don't
like the same?
change. They stay the same, but
Mm-hmm.
they like you can tell that they are from another time. Like you're observing them and like watching them like joke around. And sorry, it took me a second to gather my thoughts.
No, you
Uh,
good.
but you know their lingo and like the games they're playing and like the way they're playing, like it's all seems very antiquated, and the way they're dressed as well, and Jolene, they're like one of the boys is like hiding behind a bush, and he's like, "Psst, you can hide over here with me."
Oh shoot, for real? All right.
Like
Just gonna sneak her way over there.
he's like we usually don't have no girls come out here, but I think that's okay. That's okay with me. That's cool as long as unless you know that the other guys don't think it's cool, and then I might have to like pretend like I don't like you, but I'll just pretend.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's all right to like think it's cool to not hang out with girls now, but you're gonna regret it later when you ain't established any real relationships because the whole like toxic masculinity thing is gonna go out of style in about 100 years.
Just like has
Sorry.
his.
Oh,
So,
dude, yeah, she says it's all right to not like girls now, but you're gonna change your opinion of that real soon. Once, well, maybe not you, but you know, I mean, you will, of course. But
he's like, I have a bunch of sisters, and some of them are really annoying, but
yeah, I'm more meant on account of you. And she's trying very hard not to be like because you're dead. she's like, you'll figure it out eventually. Don't you worry. But no, it's fine. You I won't give you away at all. And then I'm gonna remind Jamie that she has the um the inability of sneaking and being quiet. So
okay,
she
yeah.
she hasn't stopped talking this whole time while
He's
they're
like,
trying to
shh,
be
all right,
hiding.
all right, all right. We gotta be quiet now. Somebody's gonna find us.
Yeah, what's your sister's names?
He lists off a couple of names of his sisters. Beatrice and Judy and
George, and Georgina.
How old are they? What year were all of them born?
Get older.
No, I'm kidding.
stop this madness. This is madness.
Well, listen, if his sisters are still alive and in town, they can tell us something.
Mhm.
That is true.
That's true. Yeah.
No,
There's
they're
easier
all
ways to ask for that information.
Where's your family live? You live in town nearby?
Yeah. We live in Baker's Gap. It's like, we moved here like, and it's brand spanking new.
Oh yeah, it is real nice down there. I'm Jolene Higgins, by the way. What'd you say your name was?
Oh, my name is Cletus.
That's it.
Yep.
You don't know your last name, Cletus.
It is
Cletus. Insert last name here.
Thomas.
Cletus Thomas.
Cletus Thomas.
Well, I'm gonna call you CT for short, okay?
I'm writing these things down. So
Yeah.
I will make a note of that.
Next season, I better see Cletus make a return.
the ghost of Cletus Thomas comes to you in a dream.
OBS is having a little burp.
Hey, if Wyatt doesn't make it through this season, then that's the character I'm playing.
Cletus Thomas.
The ghost of Cletus Thomas. Hell yeah.
Just kind of letting y'all know, OBS is going from like 0 to 10,000 kilobytes per second, so we might have some buffering.
Drop frames.
Yeah, some drop frames.
I could see it on your end because it's messing with your camera.
Yep. Got about.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got a little hiccup there too.
Yeah, just got a little. I think I'm having an internet hiccup real quick.
Yeah, it just went down. It looks like. There it goes.
Come on.
Hey, Jamie, do these? Can we get the addresses of these kids' parents? Like,
Mother's maiden name.
Bank account numbers.
Social security numbers, if that's the thing. Blood type.
I don't think it is
food.
yet.
Go fuck yourself, Avenue.
I don't think Social Security is up yet at this point.
What kind of fish do they like? Are the fish important?
Did they have any pets?
Yeah. What are their pets' names?
What are you guys? My weekly game? What do you guys? My little house game? Oh man, no, that's not true. They don't.
No, they do. It's okay. We can admit it, Jamie. It's fine.
It looks like I didn't take our mics off, but I put us on Splash. So there's, but it looks like we are back into like the stability of the green. So, but sorry about that, everyone. We're back on screen now. It looks like so. All right, continue with Cletus Thompson.
Cletus here.
Cletus Thompson.
Yeah, Cletus here. Hi.
Hi,
everyone.
Cletus.
Zuko. Yeah.
Then they're gonna tag us. And you see some kids like running past where you're hiding. Jolene, do you stay and try and hide, or do you run away?
Oh, Jolene is gonna stay.
Okay. Cletus takes off.
Oh shit, Cletus is running. She's following.
You follow Cletus? Okay.
She's following.
You follow Cletus.
Wait, Cletus, where you going? We're supposed to be hiding together.
Why it's in full predator mode. Mud everywhere.
Walla's like Colette has like been like following at a distance, just straight up like observing like the behaviors and everything around, and just keeping like an eye out for any like while y'all are playing, because she's not gonna play with these children. Just keeping an eye out for something that looks like she doesn't understand how to use magic like at all. All of her stuff is blessed by somebody who does. Like she just shoot the gun. But she's kind of just like on the lookout for like if there's any sort of like unnatural like markings or carvings in trees, or like where it looked like there might be like old graves or gravestones or anything like of that matter that's just suspicious and indicating that, you know, sacred or hallowed ground or whatever. Like she's and, you know, just observing and not liking it, because she's like, why are we playing with children? Why are we doing this? This is not a good idea.
Yeah, Willie's doing the same thing. She's hanging back with Colette. She doesn't want to play. She had 10 children. She's
like,
it's
no. It's like she's Willie's like, I've done my time.
I've done it.
Ain't my problem no more.
Fair. You see a bunch of signs of children's games. You see like sticks that look like they've been like left there for like when kids come back so they can use them as like swords. You see like piles of pine cones and things like that. Like it looks like the kids that live in Baker's Gap also most likely play here, not just these ghostly phantom children. Like this seems like it's a place that kind of radiates this kind of magical, like almost like when you're a kid, you can look at this place and pretend it is an island, right? And pretend that even though it is attached to the land, except for sometimes when the water gets really high, but like you can see that it's got this like, you know, allure to it that makes it easy to play make believe here.
I have among these ghost children. Are they mostly boys, or are there any girls?
It's boys.
It's boys?
Mm-hmm.
huh. Okay. Hmm. So there's no girls. It's all boys, except like the girls that are here and they don't want to play with it. Um, like Val is having a moment, just because all of us.
Um,
Sorry, y'all can continue. Let me like
well,
stew
well,
on
the
that.
thing is,
Yeah.
Wyatt, who kind of has always been a little standoffish, like he didn't necessarily play with, he loved Willie's kids, but he wasn't necessarily there to to be the goofy uncle. Um, like, does he notice is there a kid like looking around trying to find someone to tag while Wyatt's just sitting there like in his spot, just scanning
Um,
the
sure.
scanning the
Yeah,
tree
let's say
line?
the person that's tagging, he runs past, he's chasing some of the kids, they get away, and he's like, fuck.
Aw.
um,
Wyatt's gonna purposely make some noise.
make some noise.
Yeah, like that. I have like a little like boat horn, like "Bah, bah, bah."
Okay.
But yeah, Wyatt's gonna like make some don't make it obvious, but like so the kid can find someone to tag because John's been that kid and it sucks. Uh,
Yeah, his
like,
eyes kind of light up, and he turns and he sees you, and you make eye contact for a second, and then he takes off after you.
I mostly play acting, like act like I'm trying to like dodge him and whatnot. Go between a couple of trees and whatnot. Um, and then I'm gonna let him tag me, I guess. So
Okay.
like I'm like jumping in between trees, and then like as I can hear him get closer, I like act like I mess up, like oh no, and then I guess
Um, yeah, you need to tag somebody else though, right?
oh oh most definitely. Like, when Wyatt gets tagged by this ghost kid, does he get like that same like frostbite feeling that Willie had earlier in the day, or is
No,
it like
this is harmless. This isn't malevolent.
he tags me? Oh shucks! All right. I'm gonna count to 10. You better run now. I count quick. One, two, and then when I get to 10, I take my hands off my eyes.
You see the kids have kind of dispersed into the woods around, but some of them are hiding and think that they're hidden. Uh,
I'm making eye contact with them.
make a roll to see if you can catch one of them.
All right. No, what? Actually, I'm gonna use. You've been doing pretty good. Nope. 4.
Oh no. You not have rerolls?
No, I'm gonna let this one ride.
So you chasing one, and you trip and fall, and you see right as you're about to hit the forest floor, there's this big puddle, and you just fall right into it, and you go splash. You're completely underwater, um, and you can kind of see. It's dark, but you can kind of see a bit of light um, from what is now likely the moonlight, since it's the sun's gone down, um, and then you can see like the glow of all of these orange beady eyes in the depths below you. Um, make another roll to get out of the puddle.
Oh, hold on. Rolled out. Uh, 10's good, right?
Let me see.
Wyatt starts like panic swimming to the surface.
Mhm. What'd you roll? 10?
Yeah. 10's good, right? 10 means I automatically succeed and everything's fine.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
there in
no,
the middle,
Of
nice and
course.
average.
yeah, no, like, like weird fish things bite me. I win the game, basically, right?
Jolene, you're still playing tag, and you turn to see, you see Wyatt on the ground, and he's like out cold.
Oh shit! Time out! Time out! She's gonna just
And Wyatt, yeah, you run over to him.
yeah. She's running into him, but she's calling for timeout for the other kids.
He flip him over, and he's like blue in the face.
The fuck, medic! I don't know. I can't do nothing.
And Wyatt, you can hear like on the surface of this puddle, like you can hear like Jolene like yelling like medic, help, we just got somebody down. It's
But
like
it's,
this,
Best she
I'm
can
assuming
do is splash him.
it's like far, it sounds so far away, and you kind of like swim up, and you kind of, as you kind of break through the surface, you kind of open your eyes and regain consciousness, and you're back on the forest floor. But you
am
had
I
this
in the
like
same
tingle
spot?
run down your spine. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you just tripped and fell, and then we're out.
I get
You good?
You cough up a bunch of lake water.
yeah. Orange eyes just everywhere surrounded me.
Orange eyes?
Yeah, like
Darkness imprisoning him.
yeah.
Oh.
Did I see any like houses or anything like that, or this just like the absent, like the abyss
It
of?
was too dark to see anything but the eyes of these creatures.
Ugh, ugh. I tripped and I fell into a puddle. I, am I
Yeah,
like?
there is a puddle underneath you, but it's just like half an inch deep.
I don't think I'm ever going to be ever go to a lake ever again.
Yeah, I'm a bit over swimming myself.
All right, I think I'm tired of playing children's games.
Go ahead and tag me.
Tag,
You
but it's
take
more like
5.
a grab and like use Jolene's rock body to like pull me
Mhm.
up, like,
Mhm.
and I'm like,
She's so
I'm done.
strong.
But like, what are the children doing? Like when
Children are like, some of them are kind of laughing. I mean, they just are acting like kids at
Children.
play. Yeah,
right,
they don't seem to be
like
bothered
no
at
big
all by
deal,
this
just do
storm. Like they're in
okay,
the middle of a thunderstorm basically, and they don't seem to be acting like it.
okay.
Um, they they seem determined to play regardless of the situation.
Hmm.
Um, they they look at you, Jillian. Are you still playing, or do you quit?
Yeah, I'm it. So she says, game on, ready or not. So
Roll to tag.
blue
Our next
16.
game is a graffiti game where it's going to be called Roll to Tag.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jet Set
blades in
Radio.
the blades in the dark system, right?
Oh, that would be so
Probably.
good.
Yeah.
Jet
Love
Set
it.
Radio skin for Blades in the Dark.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Amazing.
getting nerded out. All right, what did you roll?
16.
16. You catch one of these kids right on the edge of the water, and as you do, you he's like, you catch him and you tag him, and he says, "Ah, damn it, I'm it." And then all the kids stop for a second, and it seems like they hear the noise before you do, as you hear this like low howl from this creature again. This goose, mother goose, is what we've come to call her. I think she's.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh
No.
no.
And these kids kind of turn and they're like, ah, damn, they look all sad, like they gotta go. And they all start like walking into the lake. Um,
Who's that? Who's calling you? Is that your mama calling you home?
the kids kind of turn and they're like, no, it's the goose. She's gonna help us get like it's you wouldn't get it.
You could try and tell me.
Uh, the goose is gonna get us mom and dads.
Well,
From the town, right?
I
That
mean,
why
what about
everybody's
your
been
own
getting
mom and
sick.
dads?
I don't know what happened. They're not around.
Was there some accident?
Mm, I don't remember. I just remember that I'm alone a lot, and so when the goose came and said, "You don't have to be alone," you know, we've all been playing for so long, and we get together and we play, and we wished for a long time that we wouldn't be alone, and now we're not because we have the goose, and the goose is going to get his parents, and then everything's going to be great. And
You're gonna,
also, I gotta go.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
go, but
Did
I
the goose
just
tell you where these parents were coming from?
Where all parents come from, like work or whatever.
shit.
All
Damn
right.
child watching can't beat that.
Right.
What do you mean where they come from? They're always there.
They only come home to sleep. They didn't actually live there. Okay. Well, it was a good game. Glad y'all had fun.
That was super fun. I'll see you next time. And then like he walks into the lake and like just he doesn't go down into the lake, but just kind of like walks out and disappears with all the other kids.
So,
I hated every minute of that.
That was very weird. I did not like it either.
You guys see the
is
the
this is this
rain lets up a
y-
little bit, and you can kind of see the moon illuminates the lake a little bit. You kind of see a little better now, but it's a bit haunting. Go ahead, Joey.
is this gonna be one of those problems where we have to go into the lake, everyone? It seems like it's leading us there.
How, and how you reckon we gonna do that? I don't have
Swim.
diving equipment.
My car
Oh,
has a lot of things, but scuba diving tanks is not one of them.
ain't no
You didn't see the
submersible, huh?
submarine on the
there's,
picnic
there,
tank?
there's not a holding submarine
Is there
from the Catholic
there a
Church. I'm sorry.
is
Those are
there a
the
diving
early
bell of
Model
Joseph?
Ts.
I might have like a medal to the saint of like scuba divers or something, but that's about it.
I look up it what cycle is the moon on tonight?
Um, we figured this out last time,
Yeah,
didn't we?
We did.
We did.
What's the
I didn't write
what's
it
the
down.
exact date?
It is. Jeez.
It's
I do know that
December 2nd, right, or December 1st?
it's past that. I think.
Okay.
Um,
Because I'm like, I've got the, what was the phase of the moon on December, and I'm just waiting for the exact date, and I'll type it in, and it'll tell me.
It's been like a week, right? And we started on December 2nd.
December 1st was Monday, and it's Wednesday, so it's the 3rd, I believe.
It's only been 2 days.
Yes.
Gosh.
We've done a lot.
All right, so moon phase Wednesday, December 3rd, 1930. was a waxing gibbous phase. So we're going to the full moon.
Tonight or tomorrow night?
It's a wax. It's not on this day. It's 13.8 days old. 93.5% illuminated with a tilt. Blah blah. The approximate distance from the Earth. It's. I'll figure out when the moon was, but I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
It would look almost full.
Yeah, it's almost
Okay.
full. It's got like God's fingernail left over to get full. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Angels in the outfield. Got it.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
uh Wyatt's gonna look at his little black mirror thing. Does it look like it's changed at all? Does it look like there's anyone maybe answering on the other side, or do I have to wait another night for it?
Say that, you could try to use it. It might be more difficult if it's not a full moon and it's not exactly a full moon. But Wyatt might not know the difference.
Right. Right. No, actually, it's a good point you bring up there. All right. Wyatt's gonna keep it in his back pocket, and then when he gets a chance, he's going to, like, I guess I'll wait for Val to get back, but like, what are we planning for after tonight? Are we going back to the Walker place, or are we roughing it out here? Like, what does the rest of the group want to do?
We probably should head back into town if we're not going directly to the goose.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, if we're not going to take care of that now, then we should go back and get some rest, right? Like,
I mean, over the table, we used a lot of fucking resources just to fight that thing, last session. And I don't
Yeah.
know
Right.
if we have those same resources for another fight right now.
We might want Marcy Walker on our side too.
yes.
And we probably want to go into town and figure out, at least go to Marcy or go to somebody and figure out what the hell happened here. If somebody has some insight on what happened to these kids.
Yeah, I mean, at like a library, we could look up, because I feel like if all these kids went missing or something happened to all of them, probably at the same time, that would have definitely made it into the archives.
Yeah, somebody knows what happened to these kids.
Yeah, somebody
Like
in town's still alive from that. You know what I mean?
It was only 30 years ago. Yeah.
It's a mine in town. People die young.
That's true.
But yeah, John, not Wyatt, but John definitely doesn't want to go like head first in a fight in this goose thing again, because I feel like
Yes.
while we may have the gumption and the will, I don't know if we necessarily have the firepower to take it down. But
I
we
mean,
do have a
also-
Walker sister that is known to us and
Right.
seems to be willing to help. So
I mean, Maris would also point out that she may have magic, but it's not magic that teaches her how to swim. So
right.
if y'all are going in the water, she's staying on the bank.
And like, I kind of like look over at Jolene and I'm like, and we both know that once you get in the water, you were vastly outnumbered.
Yeah, which is why I was hoping we could figure something out, but it seemed like that was the direction we were heading. I don't want to just jump in there willy nilly. I just want to make sure we have a plan first.
Right. And until it's not, and that's when it gets real scary.
Whatever we do, we got to make sure we release these kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah.
fair holding them here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I feel like this would be a question either ask in town or ask at the Walker place. But that we shot. Yeah, he like kind of like how the fish did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't know why I was muted. Yeah. So maybe I would prefer to ask the walkers, not go and just repeating myself because apparently my mic was muted. I would rather go ask the walkers, not go back into town when things are probably like pretty intense there.
Yeah, can we skip going into town and get to the Walker's place? I don't know the
From
geography
the
off the top of my
reservoir.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go. You can go around. It'll take a long way around. It'd be a little more of a walk, but I mean, you're walking through the dark and the rain anyway. So
Well, I was
it's
gonna
not
go
like.
get my car and just drive there.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah,
My car's here too.
I keep forgetting you have a car.
Yeah, Willie drove it here.
I remember
Oh
now.
yeah.
So, um, as you're leaving the peninsula, the the place that the kids call Death Island, you see the road into town, where the road meets, like the road ends and leads to the reservoir. You see a bunch of lights, looks like from cars. And you don't really hear anything though. You might expect to maybe hear shouting or something. Do you try to get a look at what's going on over there, or do you just duck in and run to the car?
Just to be clear, my car was and the um sheriff's car were left in the same place going to the reservoir. So is that physically close to what you're saying?
It's
Or are we driving past it?
so. Let's see how can I.
Yeah.
The lights you're seeing are to the east, the east shore.
Gotcha.
You guys are on the southern shore, and
Okay.
your car is to the north shore.
Okay.
So you can go around the west side of the lake and get to the car without intersecting these vehicles that are parked.
Gotcha. We wanna
Yeah, I think that's the better option.
yeah, we're just gonna go straight to the car, I think.
Okay.
Because this could be possibly it's a whole lot of stuff that could involve us, but we ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got it.
Do they look like car headlights, or they look like
Or siren
But,
lights. Okay.
They look like car
Cool.
headlights, and you do see some like handheld like lanterns and like flashlights and stuff that are being toted around. It looks like there are some people like gathered around like in that area.
Yeah, let's just go straight to the car. I'm gonna turn my
Wyatt-
headlamp off.
Wyatt's gonna keep an eye over on these people and see if he can.
The most terrifying thing in this game is these
Are the
to me is
cops.
the silhouette of these people, to me. These
Yeah.
angry townsfolk.
Yeah,
always.
same. Like Wyatt's not Wyatt was the first person to shoot the deputy in fucking town, so Wyatt is most definitely like, fuck, is that a posse coming to hunt
But-
us down, or
It is impossible to tell. Like
Yeah.
though, like it from this distance. Like I said, unless you wanted to get closer and take a look, it's like really impossible to tell what the purpose or anything like that is.
I think Wyatt's pressed enough big red buttons today.
Fair enough.
But how many handheld lanterns does Wyatt count?
Maybe half a dozen.
Shit. Okay, yeah, we need to get to the walker's place and quietly as quickly as we can.
Yeah, when we
Yeah,
get
y'all
to
can. I mean,
when we
you
get to the
know,
car,
the car is loud, but it's quick. So I
yeah.
mean, it's probably still your best bet.
I'm even gonna make a point of like when it comes on, when I turn it on, I'm like until we get to a certain point, I'm gonna keep my headlights off.
Right. And the rain will cover a lot of the noise
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so y'all make your way slowly
Get my way.
back to the Walker house. And you pull up in front and park the car. And the lights are on in the house. Seems like
Is
while
Melvin's
she's
car
in.
there too?
Melvin's truck is there, yeah.
Okay.
We come in looking haggard.
So haggard.
He's has her back turned, and she turns around and is like, "Oh my god, what the hell happened to y'all?"
Mother Goose.
Why is there 10 dead kids that are haunting Death Island?
Okay, that's a lot.
Slow it down. Walk it back.
Y'all come
I'm
in, get dried
offish.
off. Y'all come on, get dried off, and I'll get you something warm. And oh my goodness, um, she gets you guys like some then warm to drink and put you next to the fire, and is like starts running like baths for people. But she tells you, while she's bringing you like maybe a fresh shirt or something, who knows? She's like, "This is Melvin's, but it might be a little too big for you, but you'll fill it out, figure it out." She says, those kids. I've heard, I've heard things, rumors in the town about the ghosts and the kids, but I imagine it's from when the town flooded about less than a decade after it really became a town.
You get a lot of feedback, Jamie. Don't know what's up with that.
You
Your
know,
mic isn't picking you up, Val.
Did only children die? Because that's all we've seen now.
No, but if they're restless spirits, then those would be the easiest to manipulate.
I mean, this creature has promised them moms and dads.
That's terrible. How we
Seen a goose with a man's face. We seen that today.
More than just seen it, she came and tried to eat us.
I
Jolene
have
wrote
never. No, I've never seen one.
it. She barebacked it.
I heard a
Maris is gonna
Rode it
pull
like a
out
wild
those
hog.
charms that she saved and like show them to Marcy. And like these things were hanging on a tree connected to this fishing line that I cut them. I suffered whatever connection they had, but do you recognize any of these charms?
She kind of like seems taken aback by them, and she takes them from you if you'll give them to her. And she
Mhm.
puts them in like a clay jar that has like all these different little like knickknacks and stuff sewn to the like little rope that's on the outside. And she puts a cork in that shit and throws it in the fireplace. It's like he's
Okay.
like, yeah, I've seen some things like that before. That's some kind of bewitching kind of a lure of a type, like a something to draw somebody in, or maybe draw something closer to the, I don't know, the other side, whatever, sorry, she didn't say whatever. That's me. She says, closer to the in between place, there's there's good ways to do it, and then there's bad ways to do it. You know,
Mrs. Walker.
and this is one of those bad ways. I've never seen quite so many. Where'd you find these?
They were on this tree in the reservoir. They had been connected with this fishing line that was connected, I think, maybe to these women who have been sick and having problems.
Well, you did the right thing, getting rid of them. But I have a feeling there'll be more unless we figure out who made them. Did you see
Yeah,
anybody
that's-
there?
Well, we
And
And
saw
there was
like
that weird fisherman guy.
So
I blew him up with dynamite in the deputy's truck.
okay,
We just sort of. Also, I ran over the deputy with his own truck, and he just kind of
yeah.
Wizard of Oz it away.
It was not the deputy.
Right, it was whatever was pretending to be the deputy.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
who pretend
I
to be
mean,
the deputy.
see.
that was something evil.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about all them files? What was them files in the back of the car? Did we ever check that?
oh
We
shit.
do have those files in the
We
back of the
didn't.
car. Let's go look.
Files? You have files?
Wyatt goes into the Model T and grabs it like this box of paper and just plops it down in the middle of the Walker family room and flips the top open. I the thing that was copying the deputy was trying to take this out of the building.
So
I wonder.
you start looking at the files, and these are the reports from the other day when all those women on either Monday or Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
were at the sheriff's office, all sick, and they were there, some of them with their husbands, trying to figure out, if there was some kind of epidemic going on or some kind of, you know, food poisoning or something like that.
I may not know medical stuff, but I do have training in discerning the truth.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that will help you a lot.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
Nice.
That's cocked. Much better. 16.
So that's you notice that all of these files, these are young women that are either married or engaged and have like no kids.
They're all childless.
So these
currently.
go ahead.
I was gonna like Wyatt's kind of like reading this. I'm assuming we're all kind of like reading through these files together. And Wyatt goes, they're all young women who ain't been a mother yet. These are the mommies.
Holy shit, was I right?
I think
Didn't-
you're right, Jolene.
You find one file that's older than the rest of them, and that is the deputy and his wife, Leah Mutter, and the late, what was his name? Goodness, James Mutter. Their file is a few weeks older than the rest. It's about a week older than the rest, to be exact.
So this Mother Goose is actually trying to be a stork, putting them ghost
Mhm.
babies in people. All right,
I'm
then.
sorry.
That's weird.
I'm sorry. What are we? Are we trying to say? Like, I'm beyond doubting that Hanks exists. Are we trying to say that these things are trying to put ghost babies inside of living women?
Well,
That is what you guys are saying.
No, Marcy
Just to
said.
be clear.
Marcy said it wasn't a woman problem. It wasn't like something was implanted in them like that. Isn't
Right.
that what you said, Marcy?
What now? Oh, uh, I believe so. Yes, I believe it was more of a. It was more of like a
A stomach issue
Gastrointestinal.
or something?
yeah, digestive issue.
I mean, maybe they're just being poisoned. Like, if they're gonna be mamas to ghost babies, then they gotta be ghost mamas, right?
Oh,
So,
you're thinking the reverse. They're looking to kill folk who could become moms for the ghost children. Not
yeah.
that could work too.
She threw up in that basin down in her basement, didn't she? And then there was
Yeah.
them water horses down there, wasn't there?
Yep.
And then, do you think that maybe there's some kind of eggs in them fish, and them eating that fish, them fish are infested, and then them water horses grow out of them fish, out of them the throw up and whatever comes out of them?
Yeah, I think
But you didn't roll the
some.
roll. Wyatt rolled the roll.
Why? No,
We're going
no.
with Wyatt's idea. Throw all that shit out.
Well,
What?
Willie's probably the smartest person here who plays as dumb as she might have put this together.
What? Wyatt is okay with sharing this information and like
No, I'm just teasing.
yeah, like Wyatt's like,
The
well,
conduction, the
What?
deduction.
What's your deduction, Colette?
My deduction is that these things are fucking monsters. Pardon my French, Jesus. And
He can't hear you here. It's okay.
okay.
I also don't think Jesus was French.
The wards protect from that.
We'll pardon him all the
They
same.
protect us from Jesus. I understand. Sometimes I don't want Jesus watching me either. During certain activities. But
What kind of
I could stand-
activities?
I could stand to hear a little more.
Murder.
yeah,
murder.
Oh,
Murder, definitely. Jolene was
letdown.
So,
Sorry.
like when you do y'all actually say murder out loud? But Colette kind of has a moment where she's like,
Yeah, kind of.
yeah,
me, suppose so. Mhm.
Monster hunting's not 100%, accurate.
Listen,
Um,
all I'm saying is that I was raised in an orphanage ran by the Catholic Church before my order took me, which was a subset of that. And things that happen in Catholic orphanages aren't fucking great for indigenous kids. So there's like this moment where she's just like, I don't really understand anything that I haven't read about. So I can only come to certain conclusions, like I like whatever the Jesuits taught me, and whatever my order taught me. But here's the thing: if restless, and I'm gonna harp on it again. But if this creature, if this Mother Goose is taking advantage of restless spirits as a conduit of sort and controlling them, then for me, the most straightforward thing that we have to do to stop this creature from whatever it's doing to these women is to put these children to rest. Like, if they are restless, they need to be put to rest.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to figure out how to do that. And like I said, I understand some types of methods. But we need access, Miss Walker, to, if, like, there was one named Carver, if I believe correctly. But if you know anything about the remains of these children, other than their houses that are underwater, my methods of dispelling ghosties and poltergeists and all of that is to burn those belongings. Fire is a cleanser. And that's my deduction, is that we have to put these things, they have to go across the veil.
Have to have their remains because they're probably at the bottom of that damn lake.
Afraid you're gonna say that.
Yeah. Kind of saw that.
Is this a natural reservoir?
I mean, it occurred during a naturally occurring, may have had supernatural elements, but you're not aware of. like there it happened because of a flood that
Uh-huh.
after basically what's happening now, like days of rain, this place flooded.
And this is what.
And the whole town back then was much smaller,
Yeah.
and the portion of the town that's underwater now was a larger portion of it then. You know what I mean? Like it was a good bit of the town that was affected by it, and several. Marcy will tell you, several
Yeah.
families
Is
died.
so it's stagnant. This water source is stagnant. Is there? I would like to see a map of the geography of this area, like the top the of the mountains and whatnot, because if there are mines and shafts, if there is a way to drain this lake, that might be our best choice. And I know that sounds very extreme, but
It also sounds like it's going to be time consuming, and I don't know if time's the thing we got.
we got dynamite.
Um,
I think
as
that's
far
going to drain the lake, though.
as far as Marcy knows, there are no mines in Baker's Gap.
Okay. But it's more of just sort of finding maybe like a weak point in the hills that maybe go to the river downhill or something, and just to some sort of just blasting a trench even to get that water out.
With
Dynamite
my
is the answer.
my
What is
knowledge,
it?
with my knowledge of geography, is there any like outlets that like we could reroute from this reservoir like nearby, or is this reservoir just kind of like at the bottom of a bunch of like bunch of you know hills that it'd be very difficult to reroute it?
It is basically this whole
Mm-hmm.
gap slopes downwards towards the north end,
Right.
and it is at the very base, like it's at the lowest
It's
point.
at the lowest point, the
Mm-hmm.
reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you know how many feet above sea level that
I don't.
is?
I really don't. I wish I could tell you, but I don't.
Well, if getting to the bottom of the lake isn't an option, would killing that stork, that goose, whatever it is, would that release the kids?
Still gotta keep them home to this place.
Well, dang, Miss Walker, we thought you'd have a little bit
Oh,
more
you're asking
answers.
me? I mean, are
Yeah.
you asking Miss Walker? I thought you were. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Just an outside musing. Yeah.
No, I was just zoned out. Um, let's see. She would say, I don't know if it'll put those kids to rest, but having that haint here certainly isn't helping them any. We've had restless spirits in this town, but nothing. This is more than that, and if that haint is the cause of it, then it certainly could help. It would make putting them to rest easier if it was out of the picture, I imagine. Maybe we could get into the lake then. Seems like it's guarding it, maybe, from what you told me.
Yeah.
Or it's doing or it's stealing them. I mean, I don't know much about the magic and stuff like that, but definitely seems like this Mother Goose thing's trying to take kids that have been here for a very long time and use them for something.
That and it it might be trying to flood the place again. More of it. I mean, there's puddles everywhere. And the way this rain's going, it hadn't let up.
It has been worrying me. What do y'all reckon we ought to do then? I'll help you with whatever you come up with, but it seems like you know more than me after spending a day fighting this thing.
I think first thing we ought to do is try to get some rest and maybe sleep on it. Because I'll be honest with you, I ain't in no hurry to fight this thing again. I mean, we did a lot, spent a lot of our energy, of our gumption, and we kind of blew up a truck.
Damn.
And that was just Colette's a badass. I don't know how else to say it.
Dynamite.
But
Homemade explosives with the right amounts of household chemicals.
Well, I hope nobody followed your asses back. Your asses back here.
We did our best to be inconspicuous.
Yes.
I look out the front window and
We'll remind everyone Jolene is not capable of being stealthy or inconspicuous. But
You were in my car, so
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the but. She was in the car, so
Mhm.
this wasn't detrimental by any means.
well, I'll tell you what, I can post up somewhere down the road. If anyone comes looking around here, I'll make a quick run over here to let y'all know.
Nobody's gonna bother us here. You can rest easy. Just get some good rest, because whatever happens tomorrow, either could might determine the fate of this gap here. I don't know what's going to happen, but this rain don't let up. Nothing good's gonna come of it.
Yeah, we're sure fighting powers and principalities right now.
Yeah. Miss Walker, you don't have a telephone, do you?
He does. Let's say she does.
If you don't
Or
mind.
no, maybe she might have to go and. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like she does, right?
If she does,
she has power,
yeah.
right? Didn't we establish that she has power?
She does
in
have
plumbing?
power.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then yeah, let's go with it. She does.
Okay. I take a moment. It's like, if you don't mind me making a long distance call to New Orleans, I'm gonna see if there's anyone that in my order that has any information on Mother Goose and how to destroy it.
Yeah.
But they're an hour ahead of us, so it's already like they're in the middle of morning prayers or evening prayers, and then they're going to bed soon. So I'm gonna do it in the morning and not, but also out of characterly because we got 20
10 minutes.
Yeah, 12 minutes left, and Jamie and I can have like a moment to talk about like the phone call. Cotton said she gonna make it in the morning, but honestly, I done rolled around in the back in the mud. I'm a little hungry. I got some jalapenos in my car though. Do you wanna make some cornbread with it? I could make some jalapeno corn.
And I'll make some cornbread and
Some beans.
we'll eat before we head to bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds nice.
Jalapeno cornbread.
So good.
Yeah, so y'all come on and get y'all finish getting dried off, and she has some rooms where you can stay again. And things are
Before we break,
sure, yeah.
Wyatt, as kind of later in the night when we finally start settling down, Wyatt's how many rooms does Miss Walker have in her house? Is it like an appropriate enough for everyone to have their individual room, or are we bunking up with each other?
She's got like 6 spare bedrooms because this place used to be a place where you'd come to see.
And it's
Have a
an
good time.
Appalachian house, so they just keep adding rooms and shit to it. So Why
there's
it's gonna be
the original house is a bit smaller, and then there's a bunch of stuff added onto it.
right. Why it's gonna sit in a chair and he's gonna look at that black mirror. Looks up, sees it's close to a full moon. And he's gonna think real hard, and he's gonna try to contact Wyndham, his long dead partner. What would you need me to roll for that, Jamie?
You see.
It's Miss Ida's mirror if you're looking for it.
Yeah. Have it pulled up here.
And he's just holding this mirror, and he's like, "Shit."
Did we say what level it was? Do you
It
have that
was a
written
level
down?
6 one.
Okay. Roll. Just. It'd be a pretty easy roll. Just
Okay.
to see if how effective this item is tonight. Go ahead and roll a d20. And you have like an inability in magic? Is that you?
Uh-huh.
You got rolled real good, buddy.
I rolled a 1.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to re-roll it, or do you want to?
Nope. I'm
Okay.
sticking with mistakes today. I'm trying to
You-
remember Wyndham, remember his voice, remember his personality, remember who he was.
You're holding it in your hand, and you start to focus, and it's like you see your reflection in this fragment of this mirror, and the longer you stare at it, it seems like it starts to change. It slowly begins to change, and like right when you start to see his face, you cut your hand on the edge of the mirror, and you don't drop the mirror, but like it takes you out of the moment, and you're just like, it's so close, right there on the edge, and you feel like for a moment there, for a fraction of a moment, that he saw you too, and it breaks your heart.
Damn, magic doesn't work for shit.
They made it wrong. They made it broke. All right.
Yeah, and then and we'll talk a little bit after the game about why it is feeling. Like,
Yeah.
Lots of feelings.
lots of feelings,
Mm-hmm.
but why it's just staring at this black mirror and just
At the end of the day, everyone is exhausted, even after, resting up and having your in-game recoveries or whatever.
Mhm.
You still, characters feel drained, and although you've kind of shed light on what's going on, it's like this looming feeling of doubt, or maybe hope, or a mixture of both, since there's so many things that still need to be taken care of, and now that you know the truth, you kind of know where to go, what to do, but the hardest part is crossing that finish line. So everybody eats their jalapeno cornbread.
Fuck you.
Hell yeah.
Little
Go back
spicy.
for seconds.
She probably has like buttermilk or lemonade or something.
Buttermilk with the
If you're buttermilk is disgusting, but if this is what they would probably had.
like it's actually a very Appalachian, but it's also a very like Creole thing to like
Mhm.
pour your milk in, like and break up your cornbread and make a cereal with it. And I imagine like a buttermilk cornbread, like that's what we actually call couscous,
Mhm.
in the swamp. Like that's our version of couscous is cornbread and milk essentially. Hmm. So
That's what you had.
that's what you had, yeah. So imagine like that's what like Colette even does with hers. Is she makes a little cornbread couscous for her dinner.
Ugh.
She has some other stuff too that y'all can kind of munch on. You know, she's already put away dinner, so um, y'all have to kind of either pull out the leftovers or
Oh yeah, we're
out of the
reaching in
ice.
the ice box and grabbing like bits of ham and stuff like that.
Yeah, but she accommodates everybody.
I heard Shay there for a second. But yeah.
Um,
Anything y'all want to do before you wind down for the night? I know that it's been a long day for all these people.
Just saying my little prayers before going to bed, figuring out what I'm gonna call Mother Superior about, and hopefully she doesn't send nobody else because I can handle this myself. But that's about it. But yeah.
Wyatt did his thing, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that means we're about done here.
as you all fall asleep, the last thing you hear is the rain on the rooftop.
It's getting harder.
It certainly isn't letting up.
They're trying. It's more of this.
It ain't going anywhere.
Oh my god! More of the town is gonna get flooded, and that's how they're gonna get mommies. The reservoir's gonna get more, and they're gonna flood it. Oh my god! Okay, with that, everyone, thank you for coming in and showing up. That was I had a moment, like all of a sudden, all the drugs left my body and caught up to me, like that last bit of hydration.
It's just
Like all those years of drinking Red Bulls finally catch up. Okay. All right. Again, thank you everybody for coming and showing up. This has been a blast. We're having our finale not next week, but in 2 weeks. We put it on the schedule, so please come back for us in 2 weeks to watch our finale of this show. We're gonna have like a brain break and might go a little over. So be prepared for that. On Saturday, you can be sure to back on the channel with our Mass Effect game using a 5th edition skin with my friend Humalu at the helm of everything. We've only got 4 episodes left of that. 4 or 3 episodes left of that. Yeah, wrapping up seasons. That being said, starting this Sunday over on Girls Run These Worlds, I will be jumping into a Dragon Age game that is also run by Humalu. I'm gonna be playing that on Sundays, so be sure to catch that. Hi Barry, good night Barry. Everybody else in like this opposite direction thing, where can we find you? What you doing in the next couple weeks and all that good stuff? Starting with Randis.
I am Rendis of Party Wipe Games. You can find me most places under Party Wipe Games. I mentioned it last week, but I am still deep in the 5M GTA Online seed, and I've been streaming that quite a bit. And I'm one of the few people who have figured out the wonderful profession of organ harvesting. So we're trying to do that, and it's dark and fun and crazy, and it's a lot because we're troubleshooting the actual thing not being very well implemented because it's a new city. But yeah, I have wacky adventures on that, and that's really all I have going for me right now. So popcorn down to the next person.
Hi, my name's Sean. You can catch me over on Blue Sky, where I'm much more active at It's Just Sean. You can also catch me on Twitter. That's pretty much just gonna be for promotion. as has been my usual for the last couple of sessions, I would like to publicly once again say that support a free and independent Palestine. Um, you can write your lawmakers if you're anyone in the West, you could write your lawmakers, protest, do whatever you can, raise hell to ensure that we can to ensure that people are allowed to live uh, free and independent. But other than that, I don't really have anything else I need to promote. So I guess I'll pass it on down the line to Marlo so she can promote her stuff.
Hi everyone. I'm Marlo. I played Willie tonight, and I you can find me over on X and Instagram at Marlo Bogwitch. Uh, that's Bogwitch with two G's. Um, I'm not on there much, but take a peek at it, whatever you want to do. Other than that, I don't really have much else to promote at this point. You can always listen to me on the Misconceptions Podcast Network. There's a couple shows over there that I've been a part of, and they're really great. So you can check those out there. Other than that, nothing else to say. Yeah.
It's Lily.
Is that me now?
Yes.
Always forgetting my
It's
cue.
okay.
I should have
It's all right.
cued you. I'm sorry.
Y'all are doing
It's terrible.
y'all are brilliant. I love you.
Hey, I'm Lily. I'm Lily's on Life on Twitter and Blue Sky. I am Lily PHL on Instagram, and I'm the Scribe on Twitch and Discord. And I'm involved in a few projects. I have 3 podcasts. There's Blurred on the Street, which is me and 2 other people talking about being Black and Indigenous femmes in geeky spaces. And there is Misfits of Space, which is a actual play. Right now we're doing the Scum and Villainy system, which is in space, as the name Misfits of Space kind of indicates. And then there is Greetings from Stability, which is a horror anthology podcast. We started with Sleepaway, and we've been moving through a few independent systems. All of those podcasts are available right now, updating episodes. And then I just recently, we had our first episode premiere on Emporium Wayward Gamer Twitch for Star Wars actual play that is every first Saturday of the month.
That's Jay's
So
channel,
come join us
right?
for that. That's a who?
Jay?
Uh,
Maybe I'm missing out on the.
no.
I don't know. Sorry, it sounded familiar. And also play Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm thinking of Neopet, which is like name, but yes,
Yes,
Jay.
Jay.
Yes.
Neophyte, yes. Jay is a friend of the space, so be
Yeah.
sure to hang out. Yeah, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Continue.
awesome. It's awesome. And we just got started. So you can watch the premiere and join us when we do our next episode at the beginning of the next month. It'll be the first Saturday.
Cool. And last but not least, jams. You're muted.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt someone else. So, yes, I'm Jammy. You can find me on the Discord, on Val's Discord, if you want to get in touch. We just finished up our first like campaign kind of playtest for a system that I've created. It's a 1d10 plus d4 system. It's a weird system that we've come up with, and we had a lot of fun with it. So hopefully we'll be premiering that sometime next year or sometime this summer. I know this summer we want to kind of do a D&D thing with a project that we're working on. So just we got some stuff in the pipeline. If you want to get in on that, then maybe go ahead and shoot us a message or something. If you want to get in on the early, on get your name in early in the bucket or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
The D&D stuff, just to kind of let y'all know, I do plan on hosting. We're just looking to. Trying to find a GM for it. Once we get our edits done, this summer we will be doing even before an actual play for 5e to promote this. So hopefully it'll be good
yeah, we've
stuff.
got a lot of homebrew D&D content that we want to
Mm-hmm.
feature, that we have worked on for a while, and some classes, some spells, some a little bit of everything. So um, hopefully we can get that out this summer, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yep. And with that, y'all, thank y'all once again for coming and showing up. We're gonna go and raid our friends over at We Are Nerdsmith. There is a series premiere, The Public Pool, from I think the system is called Yes My Liege. I have no idea what that is, but we're gonna go say hello to them and give them a little reedy raid. So we all see y'all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye, everybody.